No sport celebrates and cherishes stories like baseball. There are countless tales about the major leagues and the national pastime.
The luckiest man on the face of the earth.
But there remains an untold story. An all-American story of a league created out of necessity that would ultimately become a driving force for change. A league that didn't care what color you were or where you came from. The only thing that mattered was, can you play? And these men and women could absolutely play. By setting new standards and breaking barriers, they would change the game and this country forever. These are the legends. These are their stories. This is the Negro Leagues. For the African-American population, when Jackie Robinson breaks Major League Baseball's color barrier, it carried the same level of euphoria that we saw as a nation when Neil Armstrong walked on the moon. And of course, Buzz Aldrin also walked on the moon, and Buzz is the forgotten man. Larry Dobe would sign with Cleveland literally just weeks after Jackie Robinson breaks the color barrier with the Brooklyn Dodgers, and Larry Dobe is the forgotten man. Larry Dobe went through just as much. Some may even argue even more than Jackie because he was playing in the American League. And the American League wasn't nearly as liberal as the National League. When he walked into the locker room with Cleveland, no one would shake his hand. When he stepped out on the field, no one wanted to warm up with him. Larry Dobe was 23 years old, thrown into a powder keg of racism. Yet Larry Dobe had the exact same pedigree that made Jackie the right one to be the first, college educated, had served in the Navy during World War II, was an outstanding baseball player for the Negro League's Newark Eagles. And it didn't take long. Larry Dobe never played a day in the minor leagues. He went straight from the Newark Eagles over to Cleveland. And in 1948, he and the old man, Satchel Paige, helped Cleveland win the World Series.
The Cleveland Indians triumph over the Boston Braves, and the 1948 World Series is all over.
Larry Dobe digs in for the Eagles now. And a foul ball.
Boog, when Larry Dobe played football for Eastside High School in New Jersey, they had a game against Montclair High. You know who was on that Montclair team? The other second man on the moon, Buzz Aldrin.
Whoa. Makes the catch for the out. Bennett back to work. Short hop liner, handled it short. The throw, and they get Dobe for the out.
That high school game with Dobe and Aldrin was actually at Hinchliffe Stadium, which was also one of the home stadiums for the New York Black Yankees. Dobe played there in 1943 and went 2 for 5 with 2 doubles for Newark.
Yeah, big swing and a miss. Smash down the left field line. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should be extra bases. Throw comes in. Runner stopped. Second and third. Nobody out.
In 1946, the great Larry Dobe had a tremendous season. He helped Newark win the Negro Leagues World Series. And during that season, he only hit .341, was named to the East-West All-Star Game, and finished 1 home run behind league leaders Josh Gibson and Johnny Davis.
Larry Dobe steps in with a runner on and nobody out. And that's a base hit. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. And they'll have runners at the corners after a 1-out single.
Larry Dobe thought he'd be playing shortstop for Newark, but Hall of Fame player and manager Willie Wells had that position already, and he suggested to Larry that he was a more natural outfielder. You didn't argue with a guy whose nickname was Devil.
Liner, base hit. Just kind of sliced that one into center. That's out to center field. Newman giving chase. Can't get there, and now maybe extra bases. Now the tag at second, and he's out, trying for 2. And that's in for a strike.
During World War II, Dobe played for the Great Lakes Naval Station's black baseball team, and he hit .348. They also had basketball and football teams, but only the football team was integrated. Hall of Famer Marion Motley was the star.
Two on with 1 out. Now it's the second baseman, Larry Dobe. Chris, that lack of integration at the naval station you mentioned, it really bothered Dobe. He said it was the first time that segregation really stung him, seeing it in the military. That stuck with him for the rest of his life. Two on, 1 out. Ground ball left side, could be 2. To second for 1. What a double play that was. Inning over. Larry Dobe steps in with a runner on and nobody out. Popped in the air, left field, and he makes the catch. Out number 2. Hard hit left side. They get the force, and that is the inning. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Count 1-0.
2 balls, no strikes the count.
2 balls, no strikes.
Kicks and deals. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. Lead runner around second. Throw into third. Lead runner holds at third. So 2 runners in scoring position and just 1 out. And he swings and misses at the initial offering. And there's a foul ball.
A little tardy on that fastball. Is going to have to get it going a little quicker. Get that front foot down.
In the air to left down the line. And it gets into the corner, but it's foul. The 0-2. And that one almost got him. Misses. Now 2-2. This one high in the air to left center. Sizing this one up. Makes the catch. And that's the 3rd out. Larry Dobe digging in now. This one in the air center field. Newman sizes this one up. Nabs it, and there's 2 away. The 1-0.
2-0.
1 down, base is empty. And a foul ball makes the count 2-1. In the air, left field. Sanders makes the grab, and there's 2 down. Now he breaks his bat. In plenty of time to first, and they get Dobe for the out. Man at first, and here is Larry Dobe. And a foul ball. At the Belton Finals. This one popped up. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. 1 away. Larry Dobe digging in now. That's in there. 0-1.
Larry Dobe thought he'd be playing shortstop for Newark, but Hall of Fame player and manager Willie Wells had that position already, and he suggested to Larry that he was a more natural outfielder. He didn't argue with a guy whose nickname was Devil.
Man at second. Wouldn't chase that time.
During World War II, Dobe played for the Great Lakes Naval Station's black baseball team, and he hit .348. They also had basketball and football teams, but only the football team was integrated. Hall of Famer Marion Motley was the star.
And they get Dobe for the out. And there's 2 away. Line drive. Gets down. Base hit. Rounds third. Headed for the plate. Throws to second. And he's out. But 1 run does score in the play before the inning ends. Chris, that lack of integration at the naval station you mentioned, it really bothered Dobe. He said it was the first time that segregation really stung him, seeing it in the military. That stuck with him for the rest of his life. Oh, behind the back. Throw to first, but he beat it. And a swing and a miss.
0-1.
That one back up the middle, and it gets through. And that extends the inning. All set for the start of the inning. Here's the second baseman, Larry Dobe. And a pitch. And that one missing low. Swing and a ball lined out towards center. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's 1 away. Larry Dobe steps in with a runner on and nobody out. Swing and a miss.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Time call. Oh, and 2 now.
Inside ball.
To short, could be 2. Perry over to second, and that's 2. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. And that one is lifted in the air. Newman turns to the right on the move. He's got it, and that'll do it. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. Stretches out and hauls it in. Off the mark there. Ball 1. Line drive caught. Larry Dobe getting ready to hit. In the air, left field. And no one can get to it. It's a foul ball. Kicks and fires. That one is absolutely belted. Can't get to it as it drops into the corner. 1 run across around third. He'll score. 2 runs are in, and the lead is up to 5. Larry Dobe digging in now.
Ball 1, no
Pitch
strike.
out, but no action. Man at first, 1 away. Ground ball could be 2. The flip, Little to second, over to first, safe.
Ball 1.
1 run across in the frame so far. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Ripped left on the ground to second. Slings to first. And they get Dobe for the out. Ground ball right side. Gets it to first. And they get Dobe for the out. Third out, and that ends the frame. And there's a rocket into the outfield. First and third, 2 away. Now it's the second baseman, Larry Dobe. He swings and fouls one off. The 0-2. And that one is inside ball one. Caught him looking for the K. Now it's the power speed combo, Larry Dobe. And that one fouled off. And now the 0-1. Base hit. Lead runner makes the turn at second. To third, not in time. And it's runners at the corners with one gone. Hit on the ground to the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Now that's smacked to right center. Could be extra bases. Makes the turn at second, heads for third. Throw comes in. Runner stopped. Second and third. Nobody out. Larry Dobe steps in to take on Satchel.
You know, Boog, Larry Dobe thought of that 1946 Eagles team as one of the best he ever played on. Didn't hurt that he was teammates with 3 future Hall of Famers, Willie Wells, Leon Day, and Monty Irvin.
And puts the squeeze on that one. So Satchel wins this matchup with Dobe. There was one more Hall of Famer on that 1946 Eagles team, Siggy. Manager Biz Mackey. He was 48 by then, but still played 10 games for the Eagles as a catcher. And a swing and a miss there.
0-1.
Late that time, and it's strike 2.
0-2.
In the air, out towards right center. Newman on the move. He's got it. Runners tagging from second and third. And he's safe at third. A run comes in the play. And first offering is fouled off. Pulls that one foul. Satchel into his motion. The long windup. Turns on the rubber. Kicks and fires.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
0-2 pitch that far out of the zone gives the hitter a little confidence that maybe he can climb back into this at bat.
Oh, this one high and deep. Way back there. Oh, Dobe takes Satchel deep.
Like a lot of players from the Negro Leagues, Larry Dobe was an outstanding multi-sport athlete. He'd been a star basketball player at Long Island University, where he played under the assumed name of Larry Walker to protect his amateur status while he was playing for the Newark Eagles. Larry Dobe would go on to become the first black to play in the American Basketball League, which would become the precursor to the National Basketball Association.
Larry Dobe digging in now. And a base hit knocks in a run. Throws to second. The tag, and then he got him down going for two. And first offering is fouled off. The 0-1. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Now he'll turn for second. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
A young Larry Dobe would recall his first game in the Negro Leagues against the Homestead Grays. Who was the catcher? The great Josh Gibson. Larry Dobe gets into the batter's box. Gibson looks up at him and says, "Son, we're going to see how you handle a fastball." Larry Dobe singled. Next time up, Gibson says, "Son, we're going to see how you handle a curveball." Larry Dobe singled again. The next time up, Josh Gibson says, "We gonna see how you react when you get knocked down." They knocked him down. He gets up. He pops up. The next time up, they knock him down. But this time, he singles again. Your life was tough in the Negro Leagues. They were never afraid to knock you down. But Larry Dobe was never afraid to get back up.
Larry Dobe digging in now. Smoked on the ground a second. Tosses the first. That's out number one. And a run comes in to score.
Larry Dobe took a lot of pride in breaking barriers. He said he hit better in Washington and St. Louis because that's where the parks had segregated seating, so he could tell where the black fans were cheering him on from.
Newman puts it away for the out. And there's one down. Reese back to work. Out towards right center field. On the move to the gap. He's got it. And there's one down. Like you were saying, Chris, Dobe broke a lot of barriers. In 1949, 4 black players broke the color line in Major League Baseball's All-Star game. Dobe, Jackie Robinson, Don Newcombe, and Roy Campanella. On the ground to third. And that should be extra bases. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he's in with a stand-up double. Now here is Larry Dobe. And the 1-0. This one driven deep center field on its way. Home run. Puts it in the air out towards left center. Sanders sizing this one up, and there's one down. That one finds the zone. That's strike one. Now fly ball to right center. Sellers sizes this one up. Makes the grab for the second out. Ball one there. Right back to him on the mound. The throw to first, and they get Dobe for the out. On the ground, right side. And he takes it himself for the out. Larry Dobe digging in now. The 1-0. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. And Gibson hauls it in for the out. And they get Dobe for the out. And there's one down. The wind of the pitch. On the ground to the left. And that's just foul.
Larry Dobe took a lot of pride in breaking barriers. He said he hit better in Washington and St. Louis because that's where the parks had segregated seating, so he could tell where the black fans were cheering him on from.
And the right-hander back to work. That's a little bit low. Like you were saying, Chris, Dobe broke a lot of barriers. In 1949, 4 black players broke the color line in Major League Baseball's All-Star game. Dobe, Jackie Robinson, Don Newcomb, and Roy Campanella. Little whips it to first. And the leadoff hitter retired in the 5th. Reese back to work.
Outside, that's a ball.
Looking to get something going. This is the guy you want at the plate. He's been great for this team. He is a professional hitter.
Swing and a high fly ball to left. And a quick out, number 1. On a line. Brings it in. Runners tag up from second and third. He'll score on the sac fly. And now they trail by 1. So runners at the corners. Nobody out. Now the number 2 hitter, Larry Dobe. Swinging a foul straight back. Swing and a miss. Ugly swing right there.
No ball, 2 strikes.
And he grounds one to the right side. And it gets by him. In to score is the runner from third. It's now 9-4 to second, and he's safe. So digging in, Larry Dobe. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Nice changeup. And the right-hander deals. And a count 1-2. And the righty deals. And another ball. That's ripped into the outfield. Diving, and he can't make the play. And they strike first as they take a 1-0 lead. And he'll make it into third with a triple. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. Bates around third. He'll score and they've tied. It's 2-2.
If you want an indication of why Larry Dobe was the second man to walk on the moon, well, when he gets called up in 1947, he was only hitting .414. Over a decade-long major league career, 9-time All-Star, the first African-American to lead either league in home runs in 1952. He also led the league in runs scored that season. He would go on to become the second African-American to manage in Major League Baseball, only behind the great Frank Robinson. He would become the first to win both a Negro Leagues World Series and a Major League World Series on his way into the National Baseball Hall of Fame.
An historic moment as Larry Dobe digs in for his Cleveland debut. That one the other way. Over to second for one. Double play. What a quick killing to end the inning. Larry Dobe digging in now. There's a swing and a miss.
Before Larry Dobe played this game with Cleveland, none of his teammates would warm up with him. Then their second baseman, Hall of Famer Joe Gordon, did it himself, and that meant a lot to Dobe. He said it showed something to their teammates.
One down. Larry Dobe now at the plate. That's a base hit as a run scores.
The legendary Jim Mudcat Grant, the first African-American pitcher to win 20 games in the American League. He was a roommate of Larry Dobe when he was with Cleveland, and Mudcat was in awe of Larry Dobe. And so as Mudcat would tell the story, he got to the hotel room before Larry Dobe does, where he hears the key in the door, and there he is. And as Mudcat would describe Larry Dobe to him, looked like a giant. He says to Mudcat, "You must be Mudcat." Mudcat says, "Yes, sir, Mr. Dobe." He said, "Which bed would you like?" Mudcat says, "Yes, sir, Mr. Dobe." He said, "Do you like to watch TV?" He says, "Yes, sir, Mr. Dobe." And Larry Dobe finally said, "Look, you got to stop with all this, yes, sir, Mr. Dobe." And Mudcat says, Yes, sir, Mr. Dobe. The admiration, the respect that was held for this pioneering baseball player and what he meant to this sport was outstanding.
The star center fielder Larry Dobe digging in for Cleveland now. He swings and drives one out to deep left field. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. Kennedy coming home. The relay to the plate. And he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning.
Larry Dobe roomed with two great black pitchers in Cleveland, Mudcat Grant and Satchel Paige. Well, sort of. He said, supposedly I roomed with Satch, but I really roomed with his luggage.
Fires across the diamond, and that will end the inning. Martin back to work. Fought off foul.
Well, these players looking to string together better at bats when they have runners on, but it just hasn't happened for them yet. They've had their chances with runners in scoring position, but nobody's been able to deliver a big hit in those situations.
Gathers and throws to first. And they get Dobe for the out. Base hit! Throw comes in quickly, holds that go-ahead run at third, and there's still one away. Ground ball up the middle. Whitman. They take the force out. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. The star center fielder Larry Dobe digging in for Cleveland now. Swings through that.
No ball, one strike.
And there's a rocket into the outfield. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. Coming home. Relay throw home. And he's out. Up, down, and that ends the inning. First pitch misses. And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. Back there. Out of here.
Larry Dobe was Cleveland's top hitter and performed excellently on defense.
In a trailblazing career, Larry Dobe is still the forgotten man. As I remind our guest here at the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum, Larry Dobe too suffered tremendous indignities as he integrated with Cleveland in 1947. Again, just weeks after Jackie Robinson would break the color barrier.
Jackie Robinson leads off for Brooklyn.
Oh, it was challenging, but Larry Dobe endured. And Larry Dobe rose above the adversity. But I guess when I stop to think about it, Larry Dobe had been very much prepared to rise above the adversity. After all, that's what the players in the Negro Leagues had done from the start. Larry Dobe carried that spirit with him.
This is a great moment. All the struggles that I've gone through and other players of Afro-Americans, this is a reward for all of us.
It's never easy to be the first, but Larry Dobe blazed a tremendous path that eventually led him into the National Baseball Hall of Fame. It is still hard to believe that it took until 1998 that Larry Dobe would cross the threshold to become one amongst the immortals of this game. But I guess better late than never for this amazing pioneer and this amazing human being.
This is it, what? Lucini pouring from the sky, let's get rich, what? The G keep on sugar dimes.